lemon, spice, and human eyes. These were the ingredients chosen to make the perfect little grim.
This is gonna be a weird one, isn't it? So today I wanted to talk about a little indie game that I'm pretty sure no one else has ever covered. Huh? What's that? The game's already been talked about. And by well-established YouTubers, and I'm late to the party. Oh well, work's already done. Might as well do it anyways. Death and Taxes is a narrative-driven indie game made by Placeholder Gameworks, where you, a Grim Reaper handcrafted by Fate himself, are set to bureaucratically determine the fate of humanity itself, one person at a time. All the while, dealing with the mental decline of your boss, an undead pirate obsessed with stories and stealing booty, rude co-workers, and being set up by a cat. No pressure. So the game starts out with a short comic book-like slideshow where you follow
Fate, the Keeper of World Order,
who seems to have run out of lemons for his ritual. He then goes to the store, and Beetle references aside, we see that he has a very short temper for humans. Or the man really doesn't like being touched, and I can't really blame the guy. After returning, he finishes his ritual, and we find out the ritual was to create, well, you. After a very short character creation, you get to have a chat with Fate, and it really explains everything that you would need to know. You are nothing but a number in the machine created to decide who lives and who, how can I put this for YouTube, expires. And this is your one sole purpose. Get it? Soul, because you're... Anyways. And then he sends you off to work. At this point, I suppose it's time to talk about... This is where you'll end up spending most of your time. Every day, you'll end up getting new, requests from the mortal world that you will be in charge of. You also have access to a phone. The phone is really there to give you insight into how things are going in the world. Every day, you can check it to see how bad or how good things are going, and the decisions you make will affect the outcome. You will also be given a new set of rules to follow each day, although depending on how you play the game,
code is more what you call guidelines than actual rules.
You can either decide to follow it to the letter, or just kind of do your own thing. As long as the papers get taken care of, you're good to go. However, your pay may suffer because if you don't follow the rules, you just straight up won't get paid for the day. You have to report to Fate at the end of every day, and if you follow the rules, he will be happy with you and might even give you a raise at the end of the week. And if you don't follow his rules, then he's gonna give you a reprimand. If you completely mess up enough, he will straight up fire you. And in a game where firing means you get blinked out of existence, that's not something you necessarily want. Speaking of pay, throughout your playthrough, you will have the chance to buy fun desk toys and have handy items. Can't make a decision between two individuals? Why not flip a coin? Bored of looking at papers? Why not play with a fidget spinner? There are only a handful of these items, but by the time I finished my first real playthrough, I ended up playing with them all the time. Aside from playing with fidget spinners and petting metal cactuses, you do have real work to do, like I was talking about before. You can tell the developers really had fun setting up some of these people because some of the descriptions are just great, ranging from corrupt politicians to single parents or even Frankenstein's monster. You really don't have to go through them if you don't want to. I know I definitely did not on my first playthrough, but if you're interested in getting more than one ending, you're definitely going to have to. Speaking of endings, let's see how many there are. What? 15? Yep, that's right. There are 15 endings to this game. Some are pretty easy to get, some are completely RNG based, taking multiple runs and praying to RNG Jesus just to get a new ending. But I don't want to accidentally spoil any of the story for anyone that's possibly interested in playing the game for themselves. With that being said, I do think it's time to talk about... Aside from talking to Fate, there are a handful of NPCs that you can talk to throughout your playthrough. They range from crazy undead pirates who's obsessed with booty and tells a lot of unwarranted stories of his past.
Maybe 'twas a warning of a kind. Maybe she just fancied me. I did die about a week later.
To an upbeat bartender who knows everyone for one reason or another.
Here's to hoping they won't cause some sort of a major blunder. What else you got in mind? Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
To a snarky plant that gives you the runaround whenever you ask them about the plant department.
Who told you about the plant department?
All of the NPCs I met, at least in my opinion, are great. They all have their own personalities and views on things going on around them. Multiple times throughout my playthroughs, I found myself heading straight to the bar at the end of my week, specifically so I could see if there was a new NPC to talk to, no matter how rude they may or may not be. I'm looking at you, Miss Poddington. It's through the side characters you can really feel some camaraderie for being an underworked and overpaid cog in the machine that is bureaucracy. Bureaucracy? Bureaucracy? Bureaucracy?
Bureaucracy.
Whatever. So I guess the real question is, what did I think of the game, and would I recommend anyone to buy it? I personally thought the game had a lot of personality, and had a ton to say about society and office politics, without just outright saying it. And as someone who does work in an office, I can say I definitely appreciated the jokes and jabs that the game made. I also really enjoyed the gameplay loop. I know it sounds boring to just review papers, but never once did I find myself being bored playing this game, even during the days that I had a good stack of papers to look at. The descriptions were fun, and during my subsequent playthroughs, I found myself actually trying to choose better people to live and unalive, to see what different outcomes there would be. I personally only got a couple of endings, but I can definitely see myself coming back to this game during my own time and trying to get more endings. As far as the question, would I recommend buying the game? I suppose that really depends on the type of games you enjoy playing. Personally, I really enjoy relaxed and cozy games. There's something fun about doing the monotony of day-to-day things in a video game, so if you enjoy games like that, and you can afford the $13 price tag on Steam, then definitely. I do, however, understand that this game type is very much not for everyone. Anyways, guys, I've been Dingus, this has been Death and Taxes, you've been you, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.